Moving on to our next topic, BloodHound. Enumeration is discovering and mapping network assets, resources and user accounts. It is crucial step in attack chain and helps an attacker to identify potential attack vectors and vulnerabilities. BloodHound is used to enumerate and map Active Directory infrastructure. In this video, we will discuss the major features of BloodHound, how to use it for enumeration and how to identify paths using this tool. Next, we explore major features of BloodHound. BloodHound has several features, making it a powerful tool for AD enumeration and mapping. Some of its major features include the following. Graph representation of AD infrastructure. BloodHound maps out the entire AD infrastructure and displays it in a graphical format. This makes it easier for an attacker to visualize the relationships between various assets, users, and groups. Analysis of group membership. BloodHound can analyze users' group membership and identify privileged accounts. The information can be used to plan lateral movement within the network. Find shortest paths to domain admin. BloodHound can identify the shortest paths to domain admin privileges. This feature helps an attacker to plan their attack route and prioritize their efforts. Custom queries. BloodHound allows users to create custom queries to search for specific information within the Active Directory infrastructure. This makes it easier to identify potential vulnerabilities and attack vectors. Installing BloodHound. Although the lab contains BloodHound pre-installed for you, let us look at how to install necessary tools to run BloodHound in a Windows PC. The first step is to install JDK 17. You can do this by visiting the official Oracle site, whose link is provided in the description. Scroll down to the download section and navigate to the Windows tab. Now click on the x64 installer to download the Windows binary. Once downloaded, run the binary and install JDK. To confirm that JDK has been installed successfully, open PowerShell and run the command java-version. If the output shows Java version 17 as shown, then you have installed JDK. Next, we need to install Neo4j. For that, we navigate to Neo4j Community Center using the link provided below. Note that the version and the site UI might be different from time of the recording. Scroll down and locate the Graph Database Community Edition and download the Windows package. Extract the zip file and open the folder. We can see that it contains a few batch files. Now copy that folder path, open PowerShell and navigate to the folder. Let us start Neo4j for the first time by running /neo4j.bat console. We can see that the Neo4j console has started and it's running on port 7474. Let us browse to that URL. Since it is the first time setting up Neo4j, we can use the default username and password, both of which are Neo4j. Once logged in, let us set a new password for the database. Here we are setting as BloodHound, which can be used later on to log in through BloodHound. Now that our Neo4j database is configured, let us set this as service so that it runs automatically on login. For that, go back to the PowerShell module and kill the current session of Neo4j. Now run the following command to install it as a service. /neo4j.bat window-service-install. Accept the prompt to install it as a service. Now open another PowerShell window as administrator and start the service with the command net start neo4j. To confirm, let us go back to the browser and refresh the page. If the service has started, we will still be able to access the dashboard. Now that the prerequisites of BloodHound are out of the way, let us now proceed with its installation. Navigate to the BloodHound releases GitHub page, the link provided below. Here, we are installing BloodHound 4.3.1, the latest version at the time of this recording. Download and extract the Win32x64 zip files on the Windows to extract all the downloaded files. Once extracted, run the bloodhound.exe to start the application. Now log in with the Neo4j credentials with Neo4j as the username and BloodHound as the password. We can see that we have successfully installed BloodHound and it's up and running. Now that we have successfully installed BloodHound, let us dive into using this powerful tool for enumeration. The following steps can be used to enumerate an AD infrastructure using BloodHound. Retrieve AD credentials. For BloodHound to work properly, an attacker needs valid AD credentials that can be acquired using various tactics like social engineering, phishing, or password cracking. Collect data. BloodHound requires data from AD infrastructure. This can be accomplished by using PowerView, SharpHound, or BloodHound.py tools used for gathering users, groups, and assets data. Here, we will be using SharpHound, which is the data collector for BloodHound. The SharpHound collector is included with BloodHound in the folder Resources, App, Collector, or you can use the binary included in the Tools folder. To run SharpHound, Open PowerShell and navigate to the folder where SharpHound is present. Here it is within the SharpHound folder inside the tool directory present in the desktop. Now run /sharphound.exe-c all, GPO local group. This will collect all the domain information and save it in a zip file containing JSON data. Load the data into BloodHound. Once data collection is complete, it needs to be added into BloodHound. Open BloodHound and log in with the set username and password. Now upload the collected data by selecting the upload button and upload the zip file. Analyzing data. BloodHound's powerful analysis engine analyzes your data, then present its findings graphically so that you can use this information to spot potential attack vectors or vulnerabilities in the network. Lastly, let's look at the steps for identifying paths using BloodHound. BloodHound can help identify the faster paths to domain admin privileges using these steps. Identification of domain admins. BloodHound can help identify domain admin accounts by going over to the Analysis tab and selecting the pre-built query Find All Domain Admins. Here we can identify two domain admins, namely Al Pacino and Godfather. Analyze shortest paths. BloodHound can help analyze the shortest path to the domain admin privileges by selecting shortest paths to domain admins. BloodHound will display these paths graphically so attackers can easily plan lateral movement within their target network. Here we can see a lot of paths, which we will discuss in detail as the course progresses. Marking compromised targets. BloodHound also has an option to mark a target as owned, which would help us to identify further paths later on. Making a target as owned in BloodHound typically means that you have successfully compromised or gained control over that specific target or asset in AD environment. Since we have our initially provided user pentester, let us mark that user as owned. For that, in the search bar, search for the user pentester and click on the user. Right click on the user and select Mark User as Owned. Now we can use the pre-built queries such as shortest paths from owned principal as well as shortest paths to domain admins from owned principals to fine-tune and find attack paths. Here, since it is our initial user, we do not have any attack paths yet. But as our course progresses, we will compromise more users and find attack paths. So this will come handy. In this video, we have delved into BloodHound, a powerful tool for Active Directory enumeration and mapping and its installation. We delved into its major features such as graphical representation of AD infrastructure, group membership analysis, and identifying paths to domain admin privileges. We will be using BloodHound extensively as we progress into the course.